This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Welcome to News Tonight on NDTV Hindu. Be it love or war, the time couldn't be more ripe than now for us to take the phrase an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth a little bit more seriously. Good evening. I'm Evelyn Matthew. Today is the 6th World Organ Donation Day. While Tamil Nadu may be sitting perched pretty on top, there are still a few matters of the heart we need to tend to. Two doctors, Suresh and Sumana Naveen, are taking the hot seat in the discussion hour tonight to examine whether Chennai is still in the pink of health when it comes to the generous act of organ donation. But before we get into that topic for tonight, a look at our top stories at 9 p.m. The killer water trucks of the city are on the loose, claiming water and blood. Metro Water says their hands are tied.
So I'll take it to the notice of the Metro Water Chief.
Two rounds of the transport elections in the state are announced. The DMK-led union is right on top and leading with a huge margin. Jayalalitha strikes Stalin for accusing her of mismanaging the marriage schemes in the state, says she's fared well in her times. Samsung's 6th largest fridge manufacturing unit makes Chennai home, and with that, MK Stalin tags Tamil Nadu the most desired investment hub.
500 companies like Samsung, Dell, Motorola, Videocon, etc. have chosen Tamil Nadu to establish their manufacturing plants.
Tamil Nadu celebrates the 6th World Organ Donation Day today, but what the state still lacks is the word of mouth on the awareness factor. Teens of the city don the Green Crusaders cape. They get down and dirty to clean their hangout spot.
By doing this waste audit, we are trying to get statistical data off the garbage on the beach.
In the name of beautification, is the taxpayers' money going elsewhere? NDTV Hindu brings you the ground reality of some plush initiatives. And we bring you an exclusive peek into Collywood's maiden venture at Singapore. Let's also take a look at what's making news nationally. Crucial papers which issued the Adarsh building a green clearance with signatures of two ex-chief ministers are missing. The Delhi court directs the state's cops to file an FIR against Arundhati Roy, Gilani and 5 others after accusations of a seditious speech. The Congress sends out a strong message to Jagan Mohan Reddy about his channel's attack on Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. Ahead of the release of more leaked US documents, Washington warns Delhi there may be more controversial references to the Indo-US equation. Chennai's water tankers are feared by many for their notorious reputation as killer trucks. Many fatal accidents involve the recklessly driven tankers, and a closer look reveals many of the drivers are actually cleaners who do not have formal training or license to drive.
He is not old enough to qualify for a driving license, but he is the driver of this water tanker. Drivers like him who leave a trail of blood on Chennai's roads. This boy, Prajan, was orphaned at the age of 7. His mother abandoned him after his father was run over by a private tanker. Metro Water, the state-owned water supply service, has drafted nearly 10 private tanker operators to serve the city. But there are also hundreds of tankers which deliver water illegally to homes and offices in Chennai.
Most of the vehicles are rash driving and they never keep up the signal rules. And they, in the city time, that is in the peak time, they will be in the center of the road.
When contacted, the Metro Water authorities accepted their inability in reacting to complaints against lorry drivers. They fear that these drivers may not turn up to work the next day. And yes, they guessed it right. Metro Water does not appear to have any control over tanker drivers. In many cases, it does not even know if a driver is qualified for the job. Investigations into fatal accidents involving them reveal the driver of the vehicle was a cleaner without driving license.
So I'll take it to the notice of the Metro Water Chief.
Despite complaints, the killer trucks continue to race through Chennai streets because the drivers are rarely booked for dangerous driving. Cases in single digits in a month because it is water and the supply line should not be disrupted. Well, is that fair justification? You decide. In Chennai, Salim for NDTV Hindu.
Now, in what could perhaps be a prelude to the big 2011 showing, the transport elections are over and the results much awaited. Although the numbers could swing either side, AIADMK and the DMDK are already sweating as the counting is underway. Officially though, round 1 and 2 of the elections have been announced, and as of now the DMK-backed union is still leaving the AIADMK and the DMDK-backed unions trailing behind by almost a 5-fold margin. The election seems to be testing the vote banks for all the parties gearing up for the legislative elections, scheduled to take place in a few months' time. The final results are expected to be out by tomorrow. Well, in some more political news, the main political heads in the state are at it again. This time, it's in the name of the popular marriage assistance scheme in the state that Tamil Nadu has always been known for. The AIADMK chief, Ms. J.J. Lalitha, has countered her rival and Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin's remarks on her abandoning several related schemes for women, calling it false. She in fact credited her party for implementing at least 4 financial assistance schemes for marriage and added that she had presided over 10,000 free marriages during her rule. In contrast, she said that the DMK had to drop these marriage and several housing schemes during their regime due to several irregularities and unaffordability. Now, Tamil Nadu, it seems, is getting all the developmental impetus it needs. A day after being dubbed the Detroit of India by the Industrial Secretary of the state, today Samsung India officially launched operations of its refrigerator manufacturing facility here in Sri Perumbudur. The Deputy Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, who inaugurated the plant, said that Samsung and other Fortune 500 companies are attracted to set up shop in the state thanks to the favourable infrastructural, economic and political standards on offer. In response, the President and the CEO of Samsung Southwest Asia said that the new facility is their 6th largest in the world and is only the tip of the iceberg in a phased investment plan that's worth around 350 crore rupees to be implemented over the next 5 years in Tamil Nadu.
Fortune 500 companies like Samsung, Dell, Motorola, Videocon, etc. have chosen Tamil Nadu to establish their manufacturing plants. This is due to the inherent strength of Tamil Nadu and the proactive and investor-friendly policies of our government. Abundant availability of skilled manpower, harmonious industrial relations, excellent port logistics, availability of good infrastructure, favorable investment climate, and above all, proactive government support are the primary reasons that make Tamil Nadu the most preferred investment destination.
Now, get green and get going. Well, teenagers armed with gloves and a notebook played example by bending over to pick up the strewn spoons and food packets at their favorite hangout here in the city, the Besanagar beach that is. But they say that this is no ordinary weekend cleanup, as the final report will be handed over to the big boss, the Corporation Commissioner himself, in a week's time.
Elliot's Beach is a hit with Chennai's youngsters. But this unusual group of volunteers fanned out on the sands this weekend looking for garbage and noted on details in an effort to study pollution patterns.
Collecting numbers of different waste that can be found on the beach. So this is going to be put together, and we'll have data that states what exactly is found on the beach.
This is the second annual garbage audit by the Reclaim Our Beaches organization. Last year's study collected more than 20,000 pieces of trash, which included 1,645 pieces of broken glass. The volunteers hope the study will help Chennai Corporation find ways to cut down garbage on the city's beaches.
So a lot of our cleanups are actually awareness events. After this, we're going to have petitions. We're going to send a petition to the corporation saying this is what, as residents, as members of an organization, this is what we want.
The activists in their report to the corporation are expected to suggest a most basic requirement: garbage bins on beaches, amid efforts by authorities to give the city's seafront a facelift. In Chennai, Pratiksha for NDTV Hindu.
Well, up on the other side, find out what makes Tamil Nadu nod to donating organs. Catch two very special guests up on the other side.